Welcome to Deborah Wright's Theater. Well, I took another class in 1970, I believe it's 76, yes. As I get closer to graduation, I decided my dream was to open up a theater company down the road, but to open up a theater company, you have to know about finance. Because you have to be able to put things in your budget. I was actually the financial manager of Willowbrook Players because, we had to be able to afford what we could put on and be able to buy the rights and everything. But yes, I took a finance class and it helped me out a lot. I said, what does finance have to do with theater? It has a lot to do with theater. When you want to open up a company, you have to know, let me see what we can find also. Oh, there's so many things you can do with finance. It's unbelievable. Here we go. Here we go. You basically had a budget. Like in our day, we used to balance a checkbook. I really don't do that much anymore, Let me see what else we can find. Oh, I'm showing you photos of finance and how important it is to take a finance class because it teaches you basically, what can you put in your budget? What can you afford? Well, folks, when you own a theater company, folks, you have to be able to rent a place out to be able to do the show. All right, let me see. Get this done in a minute. All right, they have a fantastic Dave Ramsey. It's fantastic. It used to be called bookkeeping, folks. If I could just find it, bookkeeping. It's the same thing, actually. We used to call it bookkeeping, but now we can call it finance classes. Whatever you want to call it, we can call it, Here we go. I got it. Here we go. See, it's very important, folks. I want to be an actress, but yes, but you want to own a company, you have to be able to put your budget together. You have to be able to manage a budget. That's all I can tell you, folks. And when I owned a theater company, I had to make sure the play was affordable. We did Barefoot in the Park back in those days to buy the rights for maybe a couple $100. But if you want to do a big major musical, we're talking about thousands and thousands of dollars, and you have to make sure you can afford that musical because you can literally go under if you can't afford it. I mean, I used to call it bookkeeping, folks. To be honest with you, it was called bookkeeping, and but now we call it finance. It's the same thing, bookkeeping, finance. It doesn't matter. Nowadays, I have Dave Ramsey. He's fantastic. I like him very much. I learned a lot from getting out of debt with him. But that's you could get into debt if you own a theater company and you put on a show that's beyond what you can afford. So you have to make sure, folks, at all times, you are able to manage a budget when you own a theater company because it's extremely difficult. Now, it's also called bookkeeping back in the old days. I'm going to call it both, okay? Oh, my goodness. Let me see what we can find. Oh, it's not easy, folks, to be able to own a company. See how important it is? You have to be able to. Oh, it's not quite the same as it used to be this way. Let me see what else we can find. Yeah. You have money. When you own a company, you have to say, well, can I afford to do this particular play? We found out Peter Pan, for example, we couldn't afford it because we have a flyer. You have to have insurance. Believe me, folks, it's not easy, folks, when you do a budget, when you own a theater company. But I was a financial manager, but I'm glad I took finances also and bookkeeping, or bookkeeping. It's the same thing. From Deborah Wright's Theater, have a great day.